Riana and Tony, thank you so much for being with us today, and we just want to spend a little time and learn a little bit about your adoption journey and the service that you were provided by Adopt for Me. So Riana, we wanted to ask you a little bit about the first time you met Adopt for Me and kind of how that went for you.
I met them through His Nesting Place Ministries. It's a program that I was in for pregnant women that don't know what they're going to do with themselves, who are like, you know, caught up in situations like mine, like homeless or whatever the case may be. And when I met them, they were really friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And
did they answer questions for you?
Yeah.
Okay. And did they present parents to you, options for you to consider a family?
Mm-hmm.
And how did that go? Did you feel like they had good information for you about the couple?
Yeah, they did. The information was good that they had. The couple that they had was awesome. Christian couple, which what I wanted, you know, a Christian couple, because I'm Christian. My husband's Christian.
That's good. And I know that your situation was such that you didn't meet Adopt for Me together. You met Adopt for Me separately. So Tony, can you tell us a little about your first experience with Adopt for Me? It's a little different than Rihanna's, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was at a shop working, living there, and just, you know, just kind of my own little world, you know, and I guess Rihanna had met Adopt for Me, and I didn't know, and then she mentioned it, but I was against it, and I didn't know it was real until they actually came to where I was at to let me know what was happening and stuff. And at first I didn't trust them, you know. I was just, it was my man, you know, I guess my manly instinct, you know, just pride. But then I came to know them. They took the time for me to know them and get, you know, and so I respect that, and I feel right, you know. They made me feel good, and then they just they made me see things in a different way.
Very helpful.
Yeah, very
genuine.
helpful.
They made me feel comfortable with us every step of the way, from the beginning to the end, even in the delivery room.
Yeah.
Brenda was in there with me. Can I say her name?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Just loving him.
So when you say with you every step of the way, that's an important thing, and I think
from the beginning, from me making the decision to my doctor's appointments, taking me to my doctor's appointments, just being there for me emotionally, however they can, they were always there for me, 100%.
And you have little ones too, right?
Yes.
So how were they with your kids?
Awesome, good. Treated them like family. When I was in the hospital after I had the baby, Julie took my baby with her, and you know, spent time with her. It was Christmas time, and took her to see Santa Claus, and you know, to give us a little bit of time for ourselves. You know, so it's overwhelming, but yeah, they made me feel comfortable. Loving. I felt a lot of love from them. Not just like an agency where they come in and, you know, just like, okay, you know, do your part, your other part, and no, it was just like more like family.
And Tony, you had that. Did you have a similar experience with them? Did they treat you good, or?
Yeah, I did. You know, yeah, it was. Yeah, they did. They treated me good. You know, they made me feel they're supportive. You know, I didn't have a lot of support from other ends. And they helped me. They helped me through it. You know, they saw too that I had support. You know, and you know they saw me through my decision, and they still help. You know, I still, you know, my kids love them. You know, that's my friend, Brenda and Julie. They're my best friends. You know, they're comfortable. They're like, you know, they're sort of like aunties in sort of a way. You know, and I'm glad. You know things are going good, and with Adopt for Me, you know,
they're a blessing.
Yeah.
They're a blessing in my life.
Yeah, and you know, everything's going good right now.
So 2 more little tiny questions, and we'll sum this up. But one is, I know that during your journey at one point, you actually considered keeping your baby. And, you know, we've heard stories of companies that get pretty upset when they've spent some time with you know, a first mom or first couple. And how was that experience when you changed your mind? How did you feel that Adopt for Me responded to that? What was their attitude towards you?
They responded appropriately. They were just loving about it. You know, whatever you're going to do is what you're going to do. Whatever they were just supportive 100%. Either way I was going to go, whether I was going to keep him or give him up for adoption. So yeah, they didn't like turn differently. They still were like, okay, well, we're here if you need us, and you know, we're forever your family. And you know, I really took that to heart. So, and they still are forever our family, and it's a good decision. And I know from, you know, with God in my life that was of the Lord. So I'm good with it. I struggle with it a little bit, but
good.
I know that everything's going to work out good.
That's perfect. Can you think of anything else we need to add, Brenda?
How has your care been? What are you going to be doing after now this is all done?
Oh, I'm going
What's
to school.
your plan?
I want to go to school. I want to go to school to go into legal assistance, and he wants to go to school for auto body.
So you're going to move forward with fulfilling your dream?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, that's good. Perfect.